What's up, y'all? I'm Rio. This is another episode of Coloring Passports out of the Dolphin book. We're doing the Short-Beaked Common Dolphin today. I'm kind of excited because I'm going to get to use some colors that I haven't used yet. But first, coffee. All right, that is perfect. All right. So I'm going to grab some of this indigo. I'm really going to use my watercolors on this one as much as possible because I'm loving the creamy deliciousness that is my watercolors here. I don't know if you guys heard, but I didn't use them in a few of these tutorials because I actually gave my set away to a young man I met at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show. And so I had to order some more and get them in, and oh, my love affair with them has been rekindled, and I love them so much that I can hardly stand it. So, I'm coming in here with some pretty broad strokes. I'm not going all the way to this line that connects his face to the rostrum. I'm going to come underneath here just a little bit. There is a lot of blue reflecting on this sweet baby dolphin here. I mean, a lot. I know there's a blowhole up here somewhere. I just can't see it in the photo. Might be closed. Also know that there's tons of super dark water in this picture. So we're going to very loosely get in here and start adding all of that in. That's the reflection of the dolphin. Which is going to be an interesting thing to film. Just going all around the dolphin. Sorry, I was lost in thought there. I was thinking about the next series of books. If I'm being perfectly honest, I was really just deeply involved in my own brain with the shark and the sea turtle video books that are in the works. It's time to start getting back on the grind of working in the books every day. We've been on the road since October promoting this book and doing clinics at the schools with this book, and it's just been fabulous. And now it's time to get back to work and make some more. So I'm gonna come in here and make a few lines that are a little bit darker, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here on this side and I'm gonna darken this up a little bit. Then I'm gonna go over it with the grays. That's what's gonna happen. I see that this is a little bit darker here. I'm coloring a little looser than I have on the previous ones because I know I have my watercolors to fall back on. See how that's coming to life there? But because it's so close to this, it almost looks like it's dented in, and I don't want him to look dented in. I want him to come out of that water. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna grab my cream color, and I'm going to now I can see the lines on the dolphin, the reflection of the water, etc., etc., etc. All of these high value colors, and I know I've discussed it with you before. I struggle a little bit with the high value colors. I just do. So if you struggle with the high value colors, you are not alone. I do too. It's a big O me too here. But what I'm gonna do is lay in some of the color where I know that it is, and then use my watercolors to fix. So the water is actually going over it. And see, I drew this line super hard, and this line really should not be there. This line is actually under the water. I'm gonna need to fix that. Yep, I'm gonna have to fix that. So we have this, we have this as a water line here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover that with some paint, and we're gonna pretend like I didn't mess that up, because I'm telling you right now, this should not be that dark. Should have been dark back here, but not here. The weight should not be right there. That's my bad. Sorry, y'all, for complicating things even further here. Okay, so let's start getting into this pectoral fin now. You know the drill, all my grays. I'm doing one tutorial after another today, so I'm not even hardly putting my colors away, which might be a little confusing, but it's okay. Beige sienna. Yep, look at that. That's lovely. Make the side of his belly a little bit darker there. Yep. Beige sienna up here on the end of his rostrum as well. It's a lovely color. So then I'm gonna grab my 90% cool gray, and I'm gonna come in right here and start laying in some of this color as well. Yep, there it is. And then we're just gonna watercolor over all of this anyway. Put some shadow there and kind of come up on the side of his rostrum. See, that's a little too cool for me, and I know that we don't use those nomenclatures, but I seem to be. It's got too much blue in it. I want more red. So I'm gonna switch to the warm gray. Maybe the sepia. Yep. I'm gonna grab that sepia right there. This is gonna come over the edge. So the highlight on his nose is coming down the center part of his nose, because that's where the light is reflecting, and that's also where the water is collecting on his face. I'm gonna come in here and look at that. Yep. That's the color. That sienna in there. Yes. Gonna come in around the eye. I'm gonna add some shadows nose here, get his eye shape down, get that in there. This in here, this is here. It's a little bit darker right in through here. Definitely darker right there where the rostrum connects. Some extra color right in here. Oh yeah, this is going to turn out quite nice. It's going to be very nice. I'm going to blend some of this out. And I'm going to come over this with the other colors. You know how we do this. I'm going to come over this with some other colors. Going to start to shape the melon here. Just going in with the sepia, just making some lines. See, that sepia has some red in it. It's actually a little more orange. So when it goes over that blue, it blends quite nicely. Going right along that smile line there. Just darkening that up. It's right on the edge. It's right on the edge. I'm gonna come in over that sepia. Darken this up a little bit too. Right over that cool gray that's a little too blue for me. Just gonna keep mixing and keep mixing and keep mixing until we come up with a color that we're really satisfied with. And I'm gonna draw a line across that there. What's it looking like? Oh, yep, he's starting to take shape. Look at that. Yep, like I might know what I'm doing. I might know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna grab the 70% cool gray. I'm gonna come in over the top and just see if this is gonna work. It might not, I don't know. It might not work. This is all just water. So I want to grab the, we're going to take the 70% warm gray and come over here. You know the drill, teeny tiny little baby circles. And by now you also know that this dorsal fin kind of comes out a little bit in its shape. So we put the shadow in just like this. It's got some shadow right here. It's got some, that shadow kind of comes up like this. And make sure that we get the representation of a shape right. Let's go a little bit darker on this warm gray. That's the correct color though. I'm gonna switch to the 90% warm gray. Right up here. I'm gonna try to get that pretty dark right up against that dark line that I drew for his dorsal fin there. Here and continue to make little lines. Can y'all hear the airplanes flying over? We're still in Marathon, filming on location at Marathon in a makeshift studio in a condo here because we're doing the school tours. If you want us to come visit your school, you can hit us up. Because we've been having lots of fun with that. Teaching you guys how to do this in person has really been a ton of fun. I'm gonna darken this up just a little, and I'm feeling like that's flat. I don't like how flat it is. I need to put a reflective light on the back side of it and help it make the curve there a little bit better. Okay, let's take a pause and take a look at it. Okay, so we've got some basic color here going on in this Short-Beaked Common Dolphin. I'm gonna grab my 70% French gray. It's got a little more yellow in it, a little more orangey tones. I'm gonna come in up here and start laying some of this in. I'm using the side of the pencil just to work that color in there. I love how blendable these Prismacolors are. They're just glorious. Now, right here on his back, I know that there's a lot of water action right there, and we'll do that with the watercolor paint. I want to start laying in, getting that dorsal fin darker, because that dorsal fin is dark. It's not super light like what I've got it painted right now. I've got to start darkening this up. Got to start laying in all that extra glorious color. And then once I get it all laid in there, we'll come over it with a blendable color. Blend it all together, smooth out all of the scratchy lines. I come in here and I'm really pushing hard. Working the colors, blending all of those colors together on this dorsal fin here. I spent some time in the mangroves yesterday studying the water, the colors of the water. That helps so much. You got to get out in nature. You got to get out and experience some of this for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. got lots and lots and lots of color here coming in over the top of this body. Got a lot of dust coming off of these, but I'm pushing really, really hard. So I'm gonna come back, pick up this indigo blue again. It's gonna serve as like a black. Right over the top here. I'm just seeing a ton of this indigo blue right here on this dolphin. So I really want that to play out right there. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna grab one of my, this is the, I'm gonna grab my 90% warm gray, because the dorsal fin to me has more red in it and orange in it because of the light cast. I'm gonna go right over that blue because it's a little greeny. This dolphin is just super dark bodied in this image. That's really blue. Let's grab, is this slate? This is the cool gray. This is 30% cool gray. Put this right here. It's gonna be like water coming right over the top of the Sweet Baby's rostrum here. It's gonna blend it all out. I'm gonna put a serious highlight right here of this same gray. Look at it, it's coming together. It's coming together. Okay, so I want to see if I can cover up some of this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Okay, so let's grab the sepia. Let's come right up to the line here. It's going to come over this right here. This right here is dark. So we know that that's a dark color, and it's going to be darker still. We also know that there's like a shadow here on his belly. That's going to be darker still as well. Change the angle. Do a little, ooh, sorry y'all. Apparently we have a coastal flooding statement for Marathon. Pretty sure that that's a daily occurrence here. Now we're gonna go right over all of this with some darker color. I love how these pastel colors in this set just blend out so beautifully. Now this is obviously not as dark as it's going to end up being, but I love that I can come in here and immediately blend colors out. Look at that. Look at that. It looks so much better. Give me, where's that indigo at? It's right here. Give me a little more of that indigo right here. A little bit more. Little tiny bit more indigo. And I'm gonna come over it with this cream because it makes the most beautiful highlight on this dolphin that you could ever imagine. I'm loving that so much. Okay, now I want to take the cool gray. I want to come right over all of this underbelly part and start to blend all of this out. And we're gonna fix all of this down here. This water part's not correct. We're gonna get it worked out, not a problem. Just wanna get some color in there. I push really hard. Can blend all of that out pretty well. Just adding some scratchies to him, so he looks a little more realistic. Yes, 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 yes. So good, so good. I'm gonna add some water there. That's okay. I'm gonna jump into the watercolor part of this now because I think that I can cut some time out of this project if I start with the watercolors now. Okay, so what am I thinking here? Well, what I'm thinking first of all is, where is my palette? Here's my palette. Stained a little bit from the blues, that's okay. These are the colors that we have to choose from here. Aren't they so beautiful? So I'm thinking I'm gonna grab some cobalt first. I'm not a fan of this cobalt. They've put white. I think that what they did was put some white of some sort in their ultramarine. It's just not really 100% working for me. That's not the color that I want. Although it is kind of the color that I want over here. So I'm going to just lay this down right here underneath. And I'm just going to come up over the dolphin a little bit. Because again, most of these backgrounds for me are just a practice. I mean, I've colored outside of the lines there. Obviously, that's not going to be perfect, but you know, it is what it is. So then let's get into this peacock. Let's get into the indigo. Because I feel like I really want to explore what it's truly like to paint this background dark. And deliberate. Really, really dark and deliberate. Where's my... So I'm seriously getting into this indigo color. I'm gonna grab some of the gray up here. Same dirty brush, I'm gonna have to clean my paint when I'm done. A little bit of black. In here, and let's really lay in this dark color here. A little bit of black right here on the edge. A little bit of that black blue mixture on his back. Not covering everything, because I want the randomness to be there, because then it looks like his skin is all several different colors, which it is. Everybody's skin is several different colors, but I also want to keep some of those highlights in there. And I know for a fact that we are super, super dark right here. Look at that. That's not terrible. Look at that. That's not terrible. I'm liking it. Indigo. coming right over the top of that. I don't know if this is working. I'm not gonna know for a minute, but I'm trying. And that's what these are for. These are to try new things. I'm just kind of clean my brush off over here. I don't want to get too crazy with it because I don't have any colored pencil down right here. So I don't want to get too crazy with cleaning my brush repetitively. Because I don't want it to bleed through the other side. The trick to keeping this from bleeding is to make sure you've got an ample supply of colored pencil down first before you get crazy with all the other stuff. I don't know if I'm doing a very good job there or not. Oh, well, that does somewhat look like the reflection of the dolphin, right? So I've got to come in with my white lines next. I'm gonna come back here and lay in some of my darker colors. Ew, that's entirely too intense. There we go, that's better. I really kind of want that super dark back there. I want the contrast of it being that dark. Not gonna lie, almost cleaned my paintbrush in my coffee. Okay, so you can start to see that this is looking shadowy here, and this is starting to look a little more developed here. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, and then we're gonna come back in and do some more work. All right, this isn't quite dried yet, so but we're gonna move on. We're just gonna move on. So I'm gonna take my palette. I'm gonna put a little bit of the gouache. A little bit of gouache in here. This is the white, which I think is really mixing white. I'm gonna grab some of the titanium over here and see if I can get a different, see if it looks different to me. Oh, that's definitely more opaque. Yep, I can see that that's way more opaque. This is cerulean. I'll put a little of that in there. And I'm pretty sure that even if this dries out on my This is ultramarine. We're gonna put some of this on here. Woo, that's a beautiful color. Oh my goodness, that's really pretty. What color is this? Light apricot. Let's put a little of this in here. Oop, that's probably way more than I needed, but that's okay. We're gonna put some of the sky blue in here. And now I'm gonna grab mauve pale. I don't know what this is. It's really a purple. I'm gonna say no to that. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this yellow ochre. These get like kind of chunky after a while. They dry out. Oh my goodness, this has dried out completely. I'm pretty sure that I can re-wet that though, if I can get it out. I mean, it is dry, and that lid was on there. So what's up with that? There we go. I know I can re-wet that though. I'm not too concerned about it. Okay, this is where we are with it. I've got a couple of different brushes here. So let's get started. I'm gonna grab the white. I'm gonna work in reverse. I'm gonna grab this titanium white with a tiny bit of this ochre. Yep, that re-wet just fine. No problems at all. A little bit of the ochre. I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna draw my line. Oh yeah, look at that. No big deal. I've got a line here, we've got a line here. That comes down like this. This comes down like this, kind of cuts right through his eye. Like this and like this. These are like reflections from the water. It's gonna have a little bit of a reflection right here. It's definitely, there's like a definite like line here on his rostrum, and I just want to blend that out. Blend that out a little bit too. Gonna add a little bit more fluid to this. It's one of the perks of the gouache is that it's all re-wettable, so it doesn't really matter if it gets all dried out and gross. Just go in and grab a little bit more. But I'm gonna grab some of that Payne's gray, come up here and add some shadow right here. I'm gonna add some of that yellow right here because that's the pectoral fin's lighter, but it's under the water. Now, I'm gonna take the liberty of drawing a few of these watery lines over here. I'm gonna add a little bit of this sky blue. I think it's working. Gonna add a little bit. Oh, that might have been too much water. Oh, we'll see. As we go across the top of him with that, we've got to bring down that water a little bit, so it's not all going to be just white. It's going to have like blues and other things in it as well. You've got to have all the other colors in there or it doesn't read properly. And I just kind of let my brush bounce around, tell me what it's gonna do, where it's gonna go. I know that that water line is right to there. I know that this is super intensely white right here. I know that on his back, which we want some more of this Payne's gray blue mixture. I know that we've got just lots of little splashies here, and again, just for practice. Just for practice. Literally just for practice to see what it can do. What can you make that water do? I'm gonna add some more intense white there, but I see that this is really, it reads like white, but it's not really white. It's more of the blue with some of that ochre in it. That's what the rest of this glitter kind of looks like here. So we're just gonna kind of come up and just add some more of that right in here. These are like, it's pretty cool. Gotta clean my brush a little bit. Get some of that blue out of it. That is the incorrect color. 100% the incorrect color. Yeah, that's got to come off of there. I can't even let that sit on a practice one. I'm just gonna pick some of that color out. There we go. I can live with that. That's okay. That works. Still a little more than what I want back there, but you know, whatever. Let's get in here with some of this white. Come back over the top with some of these, the water just like that's flying off of him, because that's what's happening. The water's just flying off of him. Okay, so I'll say that I don't feel like my splashes are as random as I'd like them to be, but I'm not using the correct brush to do that either. So, I'm just gonna let it go. Sometimes you just have to let it go. And sometimes that's really okay. I'm gonna come in with some of this white, just sort of blend out what I've got going on over here. It's a little rough. Splashes going on all over this beautiful dolphin here. Splashes going all over him. Okay. There we go. I think we're just gonna call it okay. I think we're gonna call it good. I mean, it's not exactly what I want. He's a little sucked in right there. I need that to come out a little bit more. There we go. There we go. Got the water. Literally doing some extra things here. Okay, let's call it. Let's sign this and be done. This one would be very pretty as a painting because I would make the water super, super dark to really pop all of this, but I don't want to spend the time making the water super dark on this particular illustration because it is just for practice. There she is. Now, I might go in with the paint pen. This one's been problematic though. This one has, see, like I can't even get the lid off. Okay, let's see about this one. Oh, this is the Posca. Then this one I think is almost done, but I think I can put more paint in this. I think those can be reloaded. And draw some squiggles with the paint pen. You know, I'm torn between it being an illustration and it being realistic. I'm desperate to loosen up the way I paint. That being said, I think at some point you just have to say enough is enough. Like, you're not gonna get it anywhere, any further down the road. You just gotta let it go. So, I'm tapping out. All right, there's your Short-Beaked Common Dolphin. I like it. I think it looks really nice. I'm pretty happy with the way that the illustration turned out. The water could have been darker, but I don't want to oversaturate and go through the back side of this page. So, yeah, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm tapping out. All right, I'm Rio. Thanks for joining me in the studio. I'll catch you on the next page.